Hello everyone and welcome to Book Review. This is a book by Phil Knight. It's Art of Winning, but the original title is Shoe Dog for English peeps. So I just read about this book and I wanted to give you my opinion and as well a little insights of the story and finally the problems that he went through making a company this big and this successful. Okay, let's get started. I don't have an intro. Okay, so here are the insights. The insights are the path to making a company is very, very hard and nerve-wracking and stressful, and you basically need to be able to live your life on the edge. When I say live life on the edge, I mean you don't know if you are going to have money to pay the rent. Is the company going to end like this month or next month? And yeah, basically. So let me give you a little insights of the story. And don't if I mess up the order, I'm sorry, but here is how it goes. Phil finishes the college, goes to the tour around the world. He wants to travel. Then he comes back home, and also while he was on a trip to around the world, I can't talk. Around the world, he visited Japan and found a shoe manufacturer. The name was with O, but I forgot it. Let me try to find it. Onitsuka. I found it first time this time. This take. Okay, so he found a shoe manufacturer, and he basically said that he has a company in America, which was not true at the time, but he managed to make one, and he said, I'm gonna send your address. They agree on everything. And basically when he got back to Portland, I think it was Portland, Oregon, he started selling the shoes, having so much trouble with the supply and demand. He had then after a while he noticed that Onitsuka wanted to end the relationship with him, but they didn't tell him, and they have 3-year contract. That contract I think only was 1 year or 2 years away to being dead. So basically they are gonna break the contract and break the rules basically. So and also. Yes, I remember. I remember now. So, also in the meantime, he had he had an opponent, which also sold Onitsuka's shoes, but he managed to get rid of him and managed to be only Onitsuka's reseller in the whole United States. So basically, that ties up with the story that I was telling, that they wanted to break the contract, and then he needed to start searching for new company to manufacture it. He found another Japanese manufacturer for shoes, and they needed a name, a brand. So he was what brand, and one of his associates gave an idea of Nike. He was like skeptical, and then he accepted, and that's how the Nike basically name and the brand went. So before the Nike, at the start, the company was called Blue Ribbon. That's the original name basically. That sold Onitsuka's shoes. So after that, they started selling the Onitsuka's shoes and the Nike's shoes. Then Onitsuka's found out about it and wanted to sue them in the Japan. So then they sued them here in the United States, and that trial went good for Nikes, basically because they noticed that Onitsuka was going to trick them and break the contract with them, and that's the reason why they won the trial. And then after that, everything was kind of sort of good, and then Phil got one bill for a U.S. tax for $25 million, and he was shaking. And basically there was a not a loophole, but kind of hole in the hole in the law. Yeah, hole in the law, and some company. Somehow companies managed to make him that much tax and all that, and they basically he was so mad because it was an old law, and the law is not applicable anymore and all that, but he had to pay 20 million. At the end, let me spoil you or not. I'm not gonna spoil you. I'm not gonna tell you because you should really read this book. So those are some key moments, but in between the company is from month to month they didn't have money. When I say money, they didn't have leftovers, so they need to pay off so many people that work for them. They need to pay the Onitsuka, they need to pay the bank for the credit, they need to pay the staff pays, and they were basically left at zero or below the zero. So, and that was like every single month. So, and boy oh boy, did Phil go through a lot of stress, kind of pressure, but because in between those he found his wife, they had 2 children, and and he had a mortgage on house, and that's pretty big stake when you have a mortgage on house, and you can go on a street any day basically. So I wanted to go through. Okay, so let me give my opinion, and then we go through my notes, what I learned from this book. So my opinion about the book. The path to Phil's success with his brand and the shoe business, and it's very it had so many ways to fail. Basically had a 10% chance of succeeding. 10%, I think. Maybe 20, but 10% of succeeding. Basically it was very hard. The road was not the straight line. It was basically climbing a mountain, and then when you got to the top, you need to go down, but you have like a big weight on your shoulder, and you need to balance it, but there is no road down. You need to make your own road down, and a lot of trouble you may find along the way, but you need to find a way to resolve those problems, and just keep going until you go to the bottom of the mountain. I think I made a good metaphor there, but those are my thoughts. So definitely you should read the book, even if you are interested in the topic or not, because the whole story is very interesting, and Phil wrote a very nice book. So let's go through my one of my favorite stamps that I stamped, because I have like a number of pages where that is. But oh yeah, one of the things that I noticed that me and him had in common, that he was in his own world. Basically, he had what you may call he was in his own world, like I'm in my own world with programming, and I'm constantly thinking about it. But that and he was constantly thinking about the job and shoes and all that. He was big. His biggest fashion were the shoes. So okay. Oh yeah, this one having the same thinking. So basically, he was walking with his then girlfriend, but now wife. He told that he didn't want to work for someone else. He wanted to build something for himself, something that he could say, I built this. Jedino tako bi imao smisao. Jedino tako život bi imao smisao. Only that way the life would make sense. Okay, so I don't want to hold too much on these because the time, and I could talk about that 3 hours. Maybe I should. So basically, we are saying here when said I created that. I love creating. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm talking to myself. Anyway, I'm loving the process of this, making these videos for you guys. I love creating, love making something, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I love making like this, and hopefully you're enjoying so far. Let's move to the next one. If you do, please drop a like below. Let me leave a comment, share to your friends, subscribe if you're not. So basically, when he tried to explain the Stracer about what he wanted to build, why didn't go to work in corporation, basically he then explained that he wanted to fun job, wanted to create something, to create some brand with the meaning, and have fun in the process, and not get bored. I said it. Okay, let's go to the next one. One thing why I love Nike so much more is this line: fear of failing, or failure or failing. I thought will never be a bad thing in our company. So if they fail, it's not gonna be an end of the world. Basically, the example is it's in the book. I'm sounding like a promoter. I'm not promoting, but okay, back to that. They released a shoe with the first shoe with the air in them, and they had too much innovation in the shoe, and people didn't like it. So, and they returned all the manufactured shoes, and they returned the unhappy customer money. So, and then customers like that, and they're like, okay, good in innovation, but give them in a little bit. So basically, and then they started with one thing, another. So, and then they improved, and you know the process. But let's go to another stop. 404. He said, "Oh, this is very good. This is very good quote." He said something like that. It was relatively easy to be better than your opponent, but to be better than yourself, you need to be endlessly committed. Basically, what he was saying is that. It was easy to be better than someone else, your opponent, let's say like that, let's go with opponent. Basically, if you have two companies, let's say Puma and Adidas, it's relatable to this, and you are Puma and you want it to be better, so you just need to be better than Adidas. But if you are Puma and you're alone and you want it to be better, you need to commit so much, because you cannot look at the other one and say, let's be better than that. Let's do it better than that. You need to point at your fingers and say, you're not doing that well. Let's do something better than that. Or other thing to be better. To be better and version of yourself. Boom, that's the word. Boy oh boy, I forgot how difficult this is. 413. Guide me through, from unknown to known, basically. But guide me from unreal to real. That's the one. Guide me from unreal to real. Boy oh boy. That one is good. Let's go to another. Okay, so this one is good. I very very much adore this. For someone, business is only chasing the profits and point and to make a point there. But for us, he was thinking about Nike, of course. The money was only important in the measurement as it was blood for a human. Basically, yeah, human body needed blood. We needed cash for producing our shoes. Their end goal was to move the boundaries. So basically what he was saying that they were not chasing money. The money was only important to make the shoes and try to make something better. They didn't care about money, basically, and profit. He said also on another that wasn't enough for me and for my country. He wanted to, like any big company, to make and to provide, and we had the guts to say that loud. And last of the day is here it is. He remembered the phrase, "It was only a job. It was only a job." And then ended the quote. It was never just a job, and it will never be, and it will never be. And if it's only a job, then business is not good, and you're not passionate about basically what I got from that. Man is. Ooh, this one is good. This one is very very good. Second favorite. Man is measured by the humans that measure themselves to him. Something with that, but the point is very good. And if you didn't understand that, well, you should read the book. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about the book, about my quotes and my thoughts about it. Let's discuss this wonderful book. Okay, so thank you for watching. I need to go to gym. It's gonna be a late run. That's not good. But anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a like. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Have a nice day. And I missed this. Bye. Boop.